Hey, so this is not my usual vlog location, but having done the solo premiere, I've got a lot of extra gumption to finish Chewbacca. So I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone here today, because I man, there is something I really want to talk to you guys about, and I can't. Mm, not not that it's personal, or well, it is personal, but it's one of these things about life that just kind of really just you know, um, and it's just not the right time. Oh, maybe there will be a right time sometime soon, and it's really more business related than life situation related, but it does kind of everything bleeds over. But anyway, so I'm working on Chewy, and I thought while I'm doing this, I'd give you a review of the Solo movie. So first off, Solo movie is awesome. There are parts of it that really kind of just, I want to say, hurt my soul, because yeah, and it has to do with the big guy here. I don't know if I should I'm trying to do this maybe. It's hard to review a movie and not give away spoilers, but I thought, you know what? Maybe latch hooking Chewbacca is maybe the right time to talk about the Solo movie. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just call it as spoilers alert. So, from here on out, if if you don't want to know any spoilers, come back after you've seen it, and I'll we can compare notes. Fair enough? I think that's fair. I think that's really, really fair, and that's what you should do right now. Go see the movie, and if you haven't already. So, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Here's the review. Okay, so in the new in this new series of movies, okay, Rogue One is by far what I consider the best of the new generation of Star Wars movies. And that's a tough bar. I know there's some people that don't like it, but I think it because it's kind of one of those in between. Yeah. What makes Rogue One so good is it's a standalone. It's a good movie, regardless. If you don't have to know anything about Star Wars for it to make sense and to be good. You didn't need to read Catalyst, which is the book that explains how Galen Erso ended up exiling himself, and his relationship with Krennic. You learn all that, but you don't need to know that to appreciate the movie and appreciate the characters and appreciate the drama and growth in all the characters. So it's a high bar for me to follow to have one of these standalone movies. So highlights are Donald Glover's portrayal of Lando is freaking awesome. That was so good. And I was never a big Billy D. Williams fan. Sorry. Sorry to people who think everybody that appeared in Empire is just the best. I just didn't like. I just didn't like Billy D. Williams as Lando. I love Donald Glover, whatever, however he goes by his name. I love him as Lando, and he did a fantastic job. Han was awesome. You didn't really care that it wasn't a Harrison Ford lookalike, but it told a lot of the story, and the you get a sense of how Han became, I hate using that term, lovable rogue. He is in a way, but he's a bandit with integrity, and you find out where that comes from. And you also find out why Chewie is so loyal to him. That's the part that hurt my soul. Was I knew that in the canon, Han rescues Chewie, and that's why Chewie is so loyal, because Wookiees are incredibly loyal. And you find out why. And that was really cool. But that hurt my soul to see Chewie in that situation. Chewie's too good of a guy to be like that, to be put in that place. So once you get Han out of Corellia, and you get to the next scene, which is after he has been through the Empire. He signs up for the Empire, and after he's been through training and ends up not being in the pilot like he wants to be. He's a foot soldier. In that scene, what was really cool was one of the first lines was Beckett. And my heart swelled, because it was just cool hearing his name and thinking about how much Beckett would have been over the moon to have his name in a Star Wars, which is now canon movie, forever. And I think, me as his dad, that is something I will treasure. That's one of the, I will never hate on this movie, because my son's name is in it, even if it is the last name of Woody Harrelson's character. So it was awesome. You also find out some more about Woody Harrelson's character, that there's more to him than meets the eye too. Even though he's a lot more jaded, but you find out, his line about, always assume everyone's gonna, everyone's gonna betray you. You'll never be disappointed. He's living a life where betrayal is a commonplace thing. Everyone is out. He's out for himself. Everyone's out for himself. So you learn a little bit more about him, and that's cool. The action sequences were really spot on. Why they did what they did was cool. A couple of the contrivances that I really didn't like was the trying to salvage the George Lucas's screwed up writing, where he said, Millennium Falcon made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, and it seemed to be, everyone it's obvious that he didn't mean it as a distance. He didn't mean it in a navigational sense, because that's not a pilot doesn't choose the navigation, so therefore it couldn't have been. But that you kind of had to address, because it's one of the key things about Han Solo was that he was able to make the Kessel Run in 13, 12, rounding. That was kind of funny. So there was a lot to like in that, and honestly, by the time you really don't think of the actor playing Han Solo as not Harrison Ford, and pretty quickly. So the twist. So let's talk about that. I really did like how they put the beginning of the rebellion in this movie. Because just to say it's a rebellion, it has to start somewhere. And that was actually one of my favorite plot points they put in it, was to see the beginnings of the rebellion. And not, that it starts out just as a small thing. And that's really just like this YouTube channel I'm doing, it starts out small. And my YouTube channel is small. I don't care. But that was really, really cool to see what became the thing that defeated the Empire. Started out with just a few people. That was cool. Sorry, gotta put another latch here. I'm making good progress. Yeah. His feet are coming along good. The video I'm gonna make real soon, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna finish this foot up, and then I'm gonna do a video that explains how to make the mesh, how to attach it to the boot, so that you can take this off and replace it if need be. I made a mistake cutting the hair the first time I put on the regular long hair, and really on the feet, you just need 4-inch hair. So yeah, it's a whole lot shorter down here, and that's fine. It lays so much better. All right, so let's talk about the final, the big, the twist. Interesting, but I didn't like it. And here's why. I know Star Wars Clone Wars, the animated series, well received and is regarded as canon. I accept it. I don't have to agree with that, but I can accept that. Okay, it is. It just is not it wasn't my favorite plot twist. I would have. I talked about time travel as a plot device I think is weak. Well, I think bringing a character back from the dead, effectively, is weak. And I think it doesn't really fit because the Emperor would have known. That was his apprentice. Maul was Sidious's apprentice, and you would have known. So I didn't like that twist. I did like that Han's old girlfriend was really in league with the Sith. That was cool. That was one of those. Wow, there's a lot of layers going. It's like an onion. There's layers here. It's a parfait. Everybody likes a parfait. Ain't nobody don't like a parfait. So that part was really cool. There's a lot to like in that. Let's see, what else did I really like? I liked that the Falcon was not in the beginning was not the Falcon that we saw. the middle section existed, and that was explained that Lando had added an escape pod to improve it, and that was, I thought that was awesome, because when it finally needed to eject it, then now we see, and the Falcon was really nice looking up until the Kessel Run, and then we see how it looks, how now it became looking like a hunk of junk, which was, you know, it's a sleeper. In the street racing sense, the Falcon is like farm truck. I don't know if you guys watch Street Outlaws or anything. It's an old pickup truck that they've turned into a drag truck, and they're saying it is what it isn't. You know, it's just no farm truck. No, it isn't. It's a race truck. It's a race truck. No, it isn't. It's just no farm truck. Same thing with the Falcon. You know, it looks like a hunk of junk, but it ain't. And if you think it's some souped up thing, no, it's just a hunk of junk. So it always keeps you guessing. So there's so much to like there. And one other thing I didn't like the space monster. And I know, again, that's coming from the Clone Wars. I can disagree. I get it. It's okay. I just don't like something dripping saliva in outer space. That's not going to happen. There's nothing, you know. It looks cool, but I had the same problem with the cave monster thing that they landed in Empire. You know, you're talking about space, which is incredibly large, and here's this giant worm snake thing that is an ambush predator. Ambushing what? There's nothing going by. There's nothing for this thing to live off of. And then, no, it doesn't work that way. And I know it's written for 12-year-old boys, and that's fine. The series, you know, it's not made for us. Oh, that sounds kind of like Westworld. The maze wasn't meant for you. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna pack it up because we're getting kind of long here. Long and short is, Solo, give it a thumbs up. I'm probably gonna go see it again. There's lots of good in it. There's things that I didn't enjoy that much. It certainly is not a Rogue One, in my opinion. I thought, but Rogue One's kind of hard to live up to as a standalone movie. There's just a lot of good in this one, and that's perfectly fine. So, anyway, that's my vlog for today. It's been kind of busy. I'm kind of busy today. So, anyway, enjoy it. Peace.